now.
Please let me know how that turns out.
I'm waiting. I'm hoping to see it because once I get it, I'm gonna repost it to the Edrithian Accord chat so everybody can see.
All right, so this is episode 4 of the Edrithian Accord group. The group is currently in a cavern investigating. They got trapped in a cave and are now trying to find their way out of this underground cavern. And
we might all die.
So Hest, you wanted to investigate something?
Yes, the pattern of the stains, or are there any tracks or anything?
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm also gonna move up and do an investigation check.
Okay, for the same thing.
Damn it.
And
For
Reed's just
tracks
gonna
mostly.
kind of be in the same spot, a little bit further up, kind of glancing around.
Hest, you get your fumble. You get some dust in your eye, and you are completely useless investigating the room.
I literally went blind.
Lily, you don't find any evidence of tracks. The hard stone floor obscures the tracks. What you do notice is the patterns seem to show the blood spatters are evidence of something being dragged through them.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pull a copper piece out of my pouch, cast light on it, and throw it as far as I can into the room.
Okay, go for it.
All right, would that be a strength or athletics check?
1, 2, 3, 4. Copper piece.
Yeah.
I'll let you throw it a good way into the room.
All right. How's 25 feet sound?
Sounds good. Let me.
All right. 1 copper piece minus for me.
Let me do that for you.
Do.
I'm gonna ask one of the clerics to cast light on a rock, and I want to throw it as far as I can up towards the ceiling.
I could do that for you.
Hang on.
I know light too. Hi.
You've got your strengths, I've got mine. Just.
It's not a strength thing. It's just a cantrip.
Okay, well, speaking of strengths, I've got this, like, amazing Nostradamus-like feeling of bad things. That's a particular strength of mine. I do not want to stand here for very long. This does not seem good.
Well, the sooner we get in there, the
Jesus,
sooner...
looking at that one, that's scary. That's fucking terrifying.
There's your copper piece.
Right there?
Yep.
I guess I should say...
Isn't that whiskey?
No, he's up above by the rocks.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, that's the copper piece?
Hi, whiskey.
Yeah.
All right.
So what you see of the north, there seems to be sort of evidence of a tunnel. However, it's caved in, and you can't see any light or anything beyond it. You see evidence of some fresher blood smears that are heading towards the south tunnel.
I actually can't see anything over there, so I'm going to shove past the folks that rudely went past me. And, okay. That's the thing now.
Yeah, look, this room is terrifying, dude.
Okay, are we following the blood?
I don't know. Do we want to?
Well, the other side's caved in, so...
I'm gonna suggest, like, does anyone know how fresh this blood is?
I want to bend down and
I see something up above in tunnel. Is it some sort of book or something?
Yeah, you see the shape of a book open on the floor.
Yeah.
Would you say the shape is roughly the abyssal book we found shape?
It's a book of a similar size, sure.
Huh.
Alright,
Did you just say we had an abyssal book?
Yeah, doesn't Elessar speak abyssal, so he should have that book.
Yeah.
I thought he spoke infernal. And that was the thing.
Guys, I'm going in to pick up that book.
I would like to throw that copper piece I just picked up further down that tunnel so we can light up what everybody's trying to see.
Yeah, I speak abyssal.
So
let's read it
what's going on?
I'm gonna attempt to read I'm not gonna read it out loud. I'm just gonna try to scan through the abyssal book.
Okay. The one you found up above?
Yes.
Yeah.
The book that was what was it? Was it in the chest, right?
Yeah, the one I grabbed.
I believe so.
Okay. This is Elessar, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, roll a religion check.
Hang on. Where's the button?
Okay, Zixo, you throw it into the room. I'll say you
Oh,
get to
boy.
about right here.
Sure.
All
I'm
right,
gonna do an investigation check.
Okay, hold on.
If,
Let me get through this book really fast, and then you can do that. So, Elessar, you read this book. It makes the cover of the book. The title is "The Bloody
Oh.
Bride, Melora."
God, you rolled a 1.
You
Oh no.
you seem to remember the name Marlora. You think it has to do with a tragic story. It's more along the lines of contemporary literature, frequented a lot by elves, and it's an affair between an elf and a troll. And you flip through the pages a little bit. You see some random scriptural writings and whatnot. Seem more to do with orcs, but yeah.
Hey guys, this is Abyssal Erotica. Made for demons.
Which one is the bride? Because
See-
if it's the elf, the title is aptly named.
This is what happens when you go into rooms like this.
Well, on that note, I'm
what's
gonna go
that monster
plunge
doing
further
with that
into my
book, huh?
Did Kai say he found a book on the ground that roughly looks the
So
same?
are you telling me that this
I haven't still
horror
picked
show
it up.
is actually a
Just another
like a
book.
fetish chamber of some sort? I heard about those in the seminaries. and that
No,
was
the
bad.
book that I was describing is the one that was found in the chest up in the cave up before the landslide.
All right.
Elessar
Yeah,
just
okay.
was handed the book and he wanted to read it.
Oh, so we have
Can I-
It has nothing to do with the book.
So
Can
you're
I read
holding
the
on to
other one
some.
then?
Oh no, but remember, he just said that's what that book was. So
Wait,
Reed's
so-
looking at this chamber in a whole new light.
We've been holding on to a bunch of orc smut porn shit for like an hour, not realizing
maybe-
that some goblin's been wanking it to the shit.
Well, maybe there's someone we can sell it into the city in.
Oh.
You know, maybe
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Can I
I
make
don't
a,
want
I'm
to
gonna
know
go
who we're
and
selling that
stealth
to.
can I make a religion
Also-
check to see if I know what the book
So
is?
hold on, guys. What are you doing, Kai?
I'm gonna go in stealth and check, investigate for any more of those tracks where that monster or that thing go from here.
You don't see any tracks. There's been no tracks detected. All you've seen is something heavy dragged through the blood.
And that book, just that book. Okay.
Okay, so you saying you're gonna stealth?
No need then.
Okay.
Adgar, who's our wizard?
Zixo.
Yeah, I'm a wizard. What do you
Yeah,
need?
I'm gonna. I want you to do an Arcana check on this book here, right here, and see if
That's
it's
on the
all
ground?
right to pick it up.
You're still about 10 feet away, Kai, so you haven't even picked it up yet.
Yeah, I want somebody to go
I
interact with that
haven't-
book before I get close.
What do you need?
I'm looking at that book and I call for Zixo to do that.
Can I go over and start reading it? I'm
Did
not
he-
gonna
somebody
check
pick it up?
As you do, you hear a soft puff from up above, and a huge weight crashes down on you.
Oh shit!
Everybody roll initiative, because
Okay.
a gargoyle
Hest.
has
Oh.
fallen on Hest.
Why
and has
am
a
I
surprise
always
round.
One?
Because you keep on going
Because
to
you're
work.
always the
Go
first to
in and
do
pick it
things.
Because that's my character.
Oh, hey, not too bad.
Well, now you have your answer.
Why does my
Oh,
initiative never pop
Yeah.
up there?
Oh, jeez. We had 3 people roll 18.
You
All
have to
right.
select your token and then roll initiative to have it pop up in the turn order.
So,
Oh.
I
Are we
just
gonna-
rolled a nat 20
Okay,
initiative.
so I'll add it,
What the hell?
Elessar. Don't worry.
so are we gonna Rochambeau for those 18s there or what?
Yeah, you guys get to decide.
I called.
Who
It
are you
looks
again?
like someone's got a
Adrik.
-2, so
Let's say who's the
Adrik.
highest in dex. As the
highest in
first-
dex.
Highest
Yeah,
in
and
dex is the
it
first.
looks like
initiative.
it looks like
Okay.
Lily and Elessar both have 3, so they're going to need to
I've
do.
got 2.
Both
I
of you
got-
roll a
I
d6.
got-
I'm
22.
gonna let Lily go first.
Yeah, I
Okay.
shoot from far away, so like,
Okay.
just let my arrow go and then y'all could do you.
And I had my arrow ready, so
Jeez.
I'll shoot it too. And I got 22.
Okay, he gets a surprise. He gets a surprise round first, so he's going to attack Hest. Hest, you are prone.
Okay.
Hang on.
What?
Hess rolled a crit initiative.
Sure, but that doesn't count for the surprise round.
Count for this surprise round
Okay.
still plays for that.
Yeah, and a crit and initiative isn't. It's important, but it's just 20. It doesn't give you anything special.
It's nice, but it ain't gonna do.
All right, so the stone winged figure strikes down. It actually gets 2 attacks. It tries to bite you with its huge fangs. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay, and then it strikes down with both its claws for 17. Does that hit?
No.
Oh, 17 doesn't hit.
I've got 18.
18 because of shield and chain damage.
Yeah. You as you got struck from behind, you instinctively pull your shield up behind your neck and protect your vital area, and you feel the fangs clang off your shield, and then the claws soon after. Okay, Elessar, it's your turn, or you're gonna go after Lily. So Lily, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Gonna shoot it.
Okay.
DM, I've got 22 as an initiative, please.
Oh, you're not added in. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you guys continue to forget to do that?
Yeah, I didn't place my token.
20. Okay.
Can you add
So-
me in at the end of the surprise round?
Add you to the end of the surprise round.
Yeah, she got a 20
I'm
also.
not in the turn order.
Oh, you guys aren't. Okay.
Mine is 22.
Okay, that was Hest I added.
Yeah. And we'll just skip me until the surprise round's over.
Well, the surprise round is over, so now it's just back into the normal order. So you will get your 20.
I had my bow and arrow ready, so I'll just let it through. Let it go. Let it shoot. As I see Hest on the floor.
Okay. Make your roll.
Sure.
All right.
Ooh.
That
Mm.
misses.
That's
Okay.
a 1.
That is a 1.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's not
All
one.
right. Let me see if this works. Can you click on those?
Oh, that is cool.
Oh no.
Click on the fumble.
Wow.
All right.
Oh
So
my God.
as you,
Oh Jesus.
hey, guys, stop.
Whoa.
Stop. Only one person does it. So Kai, nothing unusual
I did it.
happens. So
Okay,
you-
cool.
you're sort of surprised as the gargoyle falls, and you pull your arrow back and let fly, and it streaks into the darkness over the gargoyle's shoulder. Hest, it's your turn.
Is standing up a movement? Like my full movement?
Yes,
Half your total
half your movement.
Alright, I'm going to stand up. So I'm no longer prone.
And I think it's Pathfinder that's an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah,
It's
not
in 5e.
5e.
Okay. So yeah, so now you are standing up.
Past that.
So full action to stand up.
Okay,
Mhm.
go ahead and make your spell attack, your melee spell attack. Nice. Okay, that hits. Roll your damage.
3d10, damn.
Nice.
16.
That's necrotic too, damn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You actually had spell slots left. That's amazing.
I used pretty much only melee attacks. Last round.
All right. Lily, your turn. Oh,
The exact
Oh,
same
okay.
roll too.
Go ahead and roll on the fumble table.
I don't want
Critical fumble.
Wow.
Okay. You see this
Save.
dark stone looking shape fall down, and
to. You know, there's a lot of people in front of me.
exactly you get sort of a little bit of some of the light from Adric's shoulder and Reed's shoulder that gets in, glares in your eye a little bit. And you miss. Elessar, your turn.
All right. Would I be able to just move through everyone else?
You can move. Yeah, you move as long as you don't end your turn on someone's space. You can move through friendlies.
All right. For my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my druid staff, and then I'm gonna use it to hit the gargoyle with it.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's been a
This
while
is-
since I used Shillelagh. Fuck. What was it again? 1d8. Well,
1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. If you hit, and it's 1d8 plus your whiz plus your proficiency to hit.
To hit, it's 1d8 plus 1.
Okay, that misses.
Guys!
Ow. That's probably my
All
turn.
right. Adrik.
All right, I'm going to sling my crossbow from off my hip and fire at that gargoyle.
Okay. Nice. Okay, go ahead. Roll. I think if you can still see it, roll off the critical table.
Up top? Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
And an extra damage die, huh?
Yeah. So click on the light crossbow. It might already add it in.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did.
Dude, all right.
So 12 damage.
Cool.
Okay.
And I'm going to actually move up 10, 15 feet, just get a little closer.
Okay, as your bolt strikes true and strikes it right in between the eyes, a small little chip of stone comes off. You can tell you're not doing it. It didn't hit as hard as you thought it would.
All right, and as my bonus action, I'd like to use that scroll of face shield on Kai.
Is Shield of Faith a bonus?
Shield of Faith, sorry.
Is Shield
Yeah,
of Faith. I think to read the scroll, it's an action. If you had it as a
is.
spell slot, it would have been a bonus action.
All right,
But because it's a scroll, you need a full action to do that.
all right, I get you, and I'll pass off my turn.
Okay, Zixo. Nice. Go ahead, roll damage.
Nice.
Ah, we are on fire.
Roll.
Good lord.
Oh, you're
No,
gonna roll
it's on
from
fire.
critical? If it's a spell, does he roll from the critical thing?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll from the critical table. Can you still see it, or you need to link it again? Okay.
Yeah, you can probably just scroll up a
Ooh,
bit.
nice.
Oh,
Double damage.
Oh.
Okay.
So wait, stone gargoyle is now on fire.
No, it's not on fire. It's just getting hit with fiery abilities.
It's on fire.
The fireball just turns to like lava.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the original damage roll and double that
Right,
instead
so
of adding
12.
in the crit. Yeah. So your firebolt blasts into the chest of this thing and it blows a huge chunk out. You can tell that you did the full damage you were expecting and even more because of your crit.
And then I'll back up out of the way so others can take my spot.
Okay. Reed, your turn.
So, naturally, Reed does the normal thing he does, which is rush headlong without being able to see anything.
Good.
So it's gonna be 1, 2. Come on, you. Go around the corner. 2, 3. Okay. 4, 5, and I can stand here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! I'm impressive. We can do things. Right. I'm trying to think of what I'm actually able to do apart from normal attack. I think that's all I'm going to be
Is
able to do
it
today.
considered flanked right now, or no? Not yet.
I think it might. Isn't it through two of the corners?
I say usually I've also heard it that it has to like pass a line has to be able to pass sort of through it. It's
Straight
flanked.
through. Yeah. So from
Right on
Elessar to Reed, yeah, it's flanked. Yeah.
Okay.
Neat.
So Reed and Elessar get advantage on it.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, let's just swing that long sword and let's see some really high numbers. Like that one. That high number.
Really high.
Really high numbers.
You miss.
Ah, damn.
So now it comes back around to the gargoyle. It is going to strike at Hest again.
Okay, it's gonna
With
get
its
disadvantage
claws.
because of protection.
Oh.
Okay. 7 probably does not hit. And then
Nope.
it's going to strike at Elessar. It's going to snap at him with his jaws. 7 to hit. Yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay. Dretan, your turn.
All right, so
Oh.
this has been great from my angle because these entire time I just watch people go into this darkened area. I hear a lot of clashing and firebolts and shit in this spot. Up as soon as I get the cat keyboard over there. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to cast Shatter.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is
What does
that an
Shatter do?
area
Alright,
effect?
so with Shatter, I choose a point with an N.
You're cutting in and out. I can't hear you.
Basically, he chooses a point. It's an area effect. Those things made of metal and stone get a disadvantage to saving, and it can break them.
Okay.
I forget the
Nice.
That's
effect.
it right there. So 10 feet, 10-foot area.
That includes all-
Originating point where the origination is.
Right here.
Okay.
The way I say it's because this is we consider this 10 feet. Is
Well, if you want to do it from the corner, like right here,
yeah, from the
let me-
corner to the
right
front.
there.
Yeah,
Okay. So 10. So 5. Well, it's 10-foot radius.
yeah.
So would you
it'll
want
be
it right there? Yeah. Okay.
And that'll hit him and nobody
Constitution
else.
saving throw. Creature takes on a failed save or half as much on a successful. Okay, so his Constitution saving throw is 23.
Ooh, wow.
Okay,
But it
saves.
does have.
So
No, wait. He has disadvantage on the save because he's made of stone.
Yeah.
Inorganic.
Presumably.
Or was that 23 with disadvantage?
Nice. All right, so 8.
Ooh, nice.
All right, he fails. So there's this really loud ringing from this point forward. It sounds kind of like organs being played in the darkness.
Do you have a chip of mica?
Chip of mica. I don't know what that is, so probably
No,
not.
It's the material.
Is it consumed or is it just a component?
I just exited out of it.
Because if it's just a component, then he uses his instrument as a spell.
Yeah, I use
Oh,
my
okay,
instrument
okay,
as a spell component, which
I
is
see,
being
I see,
playing
the
on my
focus.
piano.
Okay.
So basically, he takes 3d8 damage.
Thunder damage, in case that matters.
It does sometimes because
I mean, we're
Some
fighting a
creatures,
gargoyle. I don't know what works against this thing, so hey, hit it with everything we got.
cast at level 2. 10 damage.
Okay.
Really disappointing.
Hey, it's not bad.
All right.
So anything that is not being held or carried also takes the same damage. That book is probably destroyed.
Okay.
Well, hope none of us are librarians.
Is it magical though?
It
It
is-
says non-magical ones.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is the book magical?
Nope.
Alright, so the book's gone. It takes
So
10
as you
damage.
do this, the book absolutely gets obliterated from this thunder wave of sound, and it pops, and little pieces of paper like confetti fall all over the place. Okay, Kai, it's your turn. Back to the top.
Okay, I'm gonna just move right here and attack it with my bow and arrow.
Okay, as you move away, he gets an attack of opportunity.
Unless
Then I
you
won't
choose
move.
to disengage.
Then I won't move. It's like
Okay.
just okay. No, I won't move.
Okay.
My bow and arrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your damage.
And my attack damage is
Ooh, very nice.
8 plus 6.
It's just 8 because the crit was on the advantage roll.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah.
You're not in the flanking
Yeah,
position,
just-
so okay. And this
just
is
okay.
from a longbow. Okay.
Yeah.
Your arrow sort of point blank strikes it in the shoulder and chips off a piece it didn't do as much damage as you thought it would.
Okay.
Okay, Hest.
Done.
Damn it.
You are no longer.
Yeah, I miss. Oh well.
Okay. And you miss. You go to strike, and it blocks your mace at the haft with his arm. And it's Lily's turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward a little bit. And then, if I can get it open. Oh, shit.
Okay. Your longbow hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. Your arrow also chips off and does not do as much as you thought
This
it would.
thing's becoming a pincushion.
It's chipped. It's you can tell there's cracks and stuff all over the place on it. It's not doing very well. Okay,
Probably
Elessar, your turn.
Probably helps you had an 18
I'm
damage
gonna go
fireball.
for round 2 with the shillelagh stick.
Okay.
Beat it with that stick.
Nice. That hits.
Oh, how do I do the damage roll again?
Just click the word shillelagh on the chat.
Oh,
There
cool.
you go.
Nice.
All right. You hit it with your magical staff, and you take a huge chunk right out of its side. It is now just about to be toppled over. Adrik, your turn.
All right. For my turn, I'll drop my crossbow on the ground. I'll scurry 5, 10, 15 feet, and I'll swing at the back of its head with my warhammer. And I assume I do have
You have advantage, yes.
It's flanking? All right.
Yep.
Swing at the back of its head with my warhammer.
And you miss.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, Zixo.
I believe that misses.
You miss as well. Rede, your turn.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, worth it. So as Reed's standing there, kind of recoiling from that, strike that missed because he's Reed, he kind of lifts a hand, kind of not knowing what he's doing, but he kind of feels a welling up of power, and channels his divinity, channels the god that's apparently looking out for him a little bit, causing some spectral vines to kind of sprout forth from the ground to try to grapple all over this this gargoyle to stop it from moving. Gargoyle needs to make a strength or dexterity check, your choice, versus, I believe, 11. Let me double check on that. Let's see. Proficiency's still 2 at this level, right?
It should be it should be 11
Yep, 11.
because it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom or your charisma modifier.
Yep, so 11.
Okay, so he saves on his. So what is it? Strength or dexterity?
Yeah, it's your choice.
Okay, he does not make the save.
Okay, so that has him being restrained.
Okay.
It's repeated saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
And then,
So as a restrained entity, its speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. And it has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Neat. And because that's not enough, Reed's going to actually hit the hit this time, right? Right?
So was that a bonus action
That's
for your
an
spell?
action.
Okay, so you can't attack then.
Oh, okay, I thought it was... Oh, never mind then. Okay. I thought it was...
The one
movement
time you
to
roll
action or
pretty
attack.
good, you're not allowed
Yeah.
to actually hit it.
I
So,
misunderstood how actions work. That's cool. But hey, it's not moving. So, that'll end my turn.
all right. So it's at the end of the enemy's turn, it can make the save.
Let's see.
Or at the beginning.
At the end of each of its turns.
Okay. So it's going to attack with disadvantage. It's going to try and strike out at Kai with its claws. 11.
Okay.
That's with disadvantage.
That misses.
Okay. And it's going to try and snap at the annoying paladin who just cast a spell on it. 11. Reed. Mrs. K. You guys are lucky he critted both of those, but then had disadvantage on the other ones.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
All right. It is Dretan's turn.
All right. Because everybody's in the way, there's no way I can do it without incurring an attack of opportunity. I'm just going to insult it.
Okay.
I'm going to call it a rocky bitch.
Nothing about the fact that it hasn't landed in an attack, I think, the entire round.
Wisdom saving through a 13 where it takes 4 damage.
Okay.
The only thing it
Wisdom
landed
save.
was on
It
me.
fails the save, so it takes 4.
Yep, 4 psychic
Okay.
damage.
As you start playing your piano and yelling out
Rude gestures. and
slurs
shit.
against its mother and its plane of existence and whatnot, you see it start to vibrate violently, and it shakes and shakes and shakes, and then it just explodes into a million different little pieces. Everybody around it make a dexterity saving throw.
So happy that killed it.
Dexterity saving. Okay, so here we go.
You just insulted its
Yep,
mother and
that's yep.
ignited its
That's me.
That's basically it.
Good job.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's not just me.
All right, so everybody but Kai is going to take. Let me do this. Oh, you guys are so damn lucky. You're gonna take 1 point of damage.
Oh,
That-
woo!
What was it? What was it,
that
like
gargoyle
1d12 or
shit
something?
rocks.
It was 1d6, and it hit a 1.
No.
The only damage it does is in death. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was. I thought that was gonna be hard for you guys.
Disappointing.
It was a
Disappointing.
huge stone tank, and I thought it was gonna take forever for you guys to beat it down. Anyways,
Might I remind you that we have 8
Yeah, we have a lot of
combat-oriented people.
I know it. Yeah,
We also had 2 criticals. Both mine did extra damage. His was an 18 damage fireball.
mm-hmm.
We had how much necrotic damage from the other cleric? 16. Yeah.
There's some good chipping away there. Okay, so you guys are now out of combat, and little
I would
pieces of
like to
paper
collect my
are still falling.
one arrow that missed.
Okay.
Who around here has mend?
Uh,
Can you start casting mend on that piece of pile of paper there?
It's
Lily.
in a huge 30-foot
lost
30-foot
arrows.
circle is it's raining down still. There's little
Oh,
pieces
okay.
are floating.
Yeah.
It's like an explosion of confetti.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
nudged
New Year's
the
Eve.
spine. I nudged the spine that's still on the ground and say, that's well beyond mending, my friend. That's more than a ripped page.
Kai, what were you saying? What were you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm talking to Lily that you're not allowed to recover missed arrows.
No,
You can
JK.
only recover the arrows that hits.
Okay, then I'll cover the one that hit.
Okay.
Okay.
I will pick up a fist-sized chunk of the gargoyle, put it in my pocket, stroll over, and grab my crossbow off the ground.
Okay.
And Reach is gonna kind of nudge it, going, aren't these things usually created? This doesn't look natural.
Okay, Elessar, as you turn that corner, you see a fallen pile of rubble. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right. Where is it?
Okay. The rubble looks shaped. The stone seems to be almost part of a wall. It's not a natural looking cave-in or anything.
This looks man-made, guys. And I point over all the rocks.
Really? Come, let me see.
How sturdy
Holy
does the
shit.
stone work? How sturdy
Just
does it
fucking
A lot of people
teleported
moving.
next to me.
A lot of people moving.
Move like
Yeah.
10 feet. Come on.
Hest is going to take a moment to stretch out her back, go, ah, my spine.
Hey,
I'll take a seat against the wall and check on my crossbow, make sure it's not dented or chipped. I did drop it pretty hard.
Hey, you okay? Looks like he landed on you pretty hard
landed
there.
on me.
I think she'll be all right for another day.
I
No,
live
Zixo,
another
there's
day.
nothing to find.
Okay.
What'd you find, Zixo?
I found
okay.
nothing.
Look, you seem to be having like a really bad day over there. You want to just take it easy a little bit? I'll go first next time.
No, it is my duty as a cleric to vanguard you all.
I don't want you
Ah,
to
that's your
die
fault.
doing it. That's the problem.
It's funny though, she got more damage from that trap than the gargoyle.
It's absolutely true.
I think the
You
trap did
fucking
the most
died at the
damage of
trap.
all of my things. I don't think any of my monsters have done very much damage.
Yeah, you
So-
knocked me completely unconscious with that.
Yeah, that was a good roll. I don't know. Yeah, I must have used up all my luck for that one.
At least it wasn't instant death. That would have been hard to explain.
Okay, so hearing that this is man-made, Reed's gonna kind of move forward and kind of just like see, can he see anything more of it?
Go roll a investigation.
Yep.
I call out. If you guys would just go up there and touch it and make sure it doesn't come alive, I'll go and look at it. I've had some teaching.
You know, I'm sure at some point Rede actually touched it. He might even be licking it at some point with that type of roll.
My ears prick up when I hear touch it, so I'll stroll up.
My ears prick up when I hear touch it.
Rede, you don't get any further investigative knowledge. They look squarish and rectangular-ish in shape. That's about all.
You know, in all my time in the cities, I've seen things like these. I think they're called bricks, but that's all I got.
I will proceed to punch it about as hard as I can.
Can I investigate that?
Hest, as you look at it, and Adrik commences to throw his fists at it and fly hands and whatnot, you notice there seems to be a little bit of light escaping between some of the rocks. You think there might be something behind it.
I think I can see daylight coming from the other side.
Hey, I have an idea.
Break it with hammer.
I can break it easily.
So what happened when I went to punch at it? What happened?
You would break your hand.
I want to hear the GM. I want to hear
roll
him
a Constitution save.
Oh boy,
dear. Come on, natural one. Aw.
It should be
you take a few punches at one of the larger rocks, and you get a nice couple blows in. On your third punch, however, you dislodge it just enough for a larger rock on top of it to fall down on your foot. Go ahead, take 1d4 damage.
All right. So with that note, I'm gonna try and pull it back because I have an idea.
He's gonna thunder wave it. Everyone moves back.
I'm gonna.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
I was just save the spell.
I want to point out that some of us are wearing metal armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna.
Here's
I
the
love
thing.
how Zixo just escapes all the way back up.
Yep. Everybody is just walk away. Here's the thing. It's gonna take me
I
10
heard something
minutes.
very close to stand back here. Hold my beer and watch this.
So here's the thing. All right. This is a 10-minute cast time because I'm ritual casting it.
Oh, I should back up more if it's gonna take some time. I don't trust that.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna take a stroll.
So the entire time I'm playing, I'm gonna be casting Thunder Wave around me. So 10 foot radius. So it should hit this wall. If anybody's inside the radius, you're about damage if you're in here for 10 minutes or more.
When I
Get out of
realize
it.
that's what you're doing, I say, hold on. Let's try other methods before we announce to everybody in the world that we're here and we're about to come out.
Too late.
Am I
We
within 10
can
feet?
see rocks right on the other side. Why don't we just use
You are right
the
at
hammer
the
or the
edge
mace?
of 10 feet.
I'm gonna scoot down where my coin is. How's that sound?
You're just gonna hurt yourself, son. Here, put down the piano before you.
Nope. I'm doing
Oi.
it. I don't care.
If you folks let me punch a rock, you should let him do that and live with the consequences.
Listen, all right. I have this entire thing planned out. All right. I'm playing Thunderstruck on my piano while I'm doing
And
this.
Rede is gonna make sure he watches this because he wants to see bad things happen to someone other than him.
Okay,
Alright.
what are you ritually casting?
I am ritually casting Thunder.
Thunder Wave?
Shatter.
Oh,
Thunder
not
Shatter.
Shatter. Shatter cannot be ritual cast. Thunder Wave can because it doesn't have any scaling.
Well, no, is it a ritual? It has to be tagged as ritual, right? Unless you have a bard
Yeah,
feature.
it has to have a ritual tag on it.
A bard can ritual cast almost anything as long as they use their thing to do so. Their music. It's kind of like an ending effect.
I was gonna say, if the thunder wave you have is the one I'm reading, you can just cast it instantaneously.
Well, if you cast it as a ritual, you
cast the
don't
things
get...
as ritual, then they take about 10 minutes, but then they do go off.
Okay.
Well, no, the other thing is if you cast it as a ritual, you don't expend your spell slot.
Yep.
So-
Which is also a key part.
Good to know.
Okay, so you're saying the bard has an ability to
Should be.
cast
I
any.
read it somewhere in the book.
Well,
All right, here. You can cast any bard spell you know as a ritual if that spell has a ritual tag. And
If it has
Ritual
a ritual
tag.
tag.
it has a ritual
Yeah.
tag.
That would have been really cool if you
It
were
would
allowed
have
to do it.
been. If I was allowed to do it, but I can't. Fuck me.
So while the
Alright,
bard is
can I
over
try
there
hitting it with
wailing
the
on his
mace?
piano for no reason, Rede turns and says, "By the way, I can't help but notice that there's a streak of blood on the way in that we were kind of following. I can't help but notice nothing in here that could cause blood. Where did that go?"
Did anyone look up?
That was a rock
Forget about the
creature.
gargoyle that just swooped down on us?
Yeah, that's made of rock. I don't see any. Do I see any blood?
Can I
There's no
investigate?
blood from that.
I investigated it in the beginning, so I'll just do
While
another
they're
one.
investigating, can I try like hitting the stones with my mace and trying to knock them in?
Yes, go ahead, and you're gonna do it with your mace.
Yes.
So yeah, make a mace attack, just a straight up attack. Lily, you notice that this sort of fresher streak, it seems to be dragged into the room, and then it just suddenly stops.
About where I'm sitting, actually.
There's no other evidence of where it would have gone. Too bad, there's a book there, but that got destroyed. You might have been able to glean some clues, but Hest, you as you strike it with your mace, you obliterate one of the rocks.
Wow,
that's it.
that was that.
Do we see
That's
more light?
Loosen
Can
it
I
up for her.
can I check
Nope.
what the rock is made of?
I want to put this out. I have not stopped playing because in my mind I think I could do this.
Okay, so I got an idea, right?
Reed.
Hang on.
That's a really good idea, Reed.
I've got a fantastic idea, guys. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go take one of my javelins. I'm gonna try to wedge it into that wall and see if I can just lever some rocks out.
Oh.
So here.
I was gonna. Could you let me?
I call
see
from a safe
what
distance.
type of
Great
rocks it
idea.
was?
Can I also just try pulling rocks down, avoiding crushing my toes?
Yeah, make a strength. Make a strength.
Wait, that's my
strength
idea.
roll.
You can't steal that.
Yes, yeah, Elessar.
It's called
Are these
working
made
as
of
a
mud?
team.
No, they are hard stone.
They're hard stone. All right.
Yeah, they are. Someone rolled a high investigation on it. Yeah, Hest did. They are shaped stone. They're not fired bricks or anything like that. It is shaped and chiseled stone.
If he wedges the spear and like uses that and I strength this, do I get advantage for working as a team?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Not on your last roll, on a new roll.
I mean, here I'm gonna kind of move up here. And I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give Hess a dirty glare because she's using my idea. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a javelin and see if I can kind of wedge it in, lever to move the world sort of thing, except it's a rock, not the world.
Nice. Okay.
Oh my god.
You both successfully move one of the huge rocks. There's a little bit more light pouring through. You can definitely see something on the other side.
Can I see exactly what?
No, it's a room. You think you see some table and chairs, but it's a small hole. But you feel that the rest of the pile is a little bit more easily moved now. You moved one of the heavier rocks out of the way.
Let's do it again.
Okay, fantastic.
So the rest of the pile is easily moved.
Okay. Yeah. If you make about four more successes, you'll be able to move them. Or you know what?
Holy crap!
Yeah. If you're just gonna, you guys are gonna do this till you succeed. So it takes roughly about 15 minutes.
Even with a crit success?
Yeah, because
It's Reed. It
these are
doesn't
huge
count.
rocks.
That's disadvantage or something.
You guys work together, and at the end, you're sweaty and sore, a little tired, not quite exhausted, but you guys are close, and you are able to move enough rocks to get a good enough look through. Let's see if I can do this to see that.
How big is the hole we've made?
You could squeeze through one person at a time.
Look, I tell you what. I'm gonna try to go through there, and we're gonna see what happens.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go first this time because
I'm gonna kick Adrik awake.
Look, you've already had rocks drop on you, and these are more rocks. I'd like to go first this time.
All right.
We've
fine.
done something.
Okay.
We're about to move on.
Okay.
Let's go,
so,
Adrik.
I think that's good enough for a crawl. Do you want me to go further in, DM, or we go to? Do you want to start from there?
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing what you're seeing. There's It's you can't see very much. You see to the south a little bit. There's some light, seemingly coming in through a
Yep.
through a hallway. You see a table in front of you. In the shadows near the back of the room, over here you see some more tables and whatnot.
Reed turns and kind of whispers in through the walls. It seems like this is an inhabited area. I don't see anybody, but we should probably be quiet. And then he gets out of
I'm
the
in
way.
a stealth.
You hear that, Bard? Quiet.
Too busy playing piano.
I'm stealthing and I'm going in next.
I'm gonna let the party know that I have a very beneficial spell that can help stealth. But it is my second spell slot. Do we want to use it?
Save it.
I would save it.
All right.
I'm stealthing and going in next.
All right.
Like, did somebody wake me up? Did somebody stop me from playing?
Okay. What you three in the vanguard in the front rank. On top of the tables, you notice some crockery, some mugs, some plates and bowls and whatnot on a couple of them. The mugs are partially full. The plates have some bread. The bowls have some stew or whatever in them. They seem to have just been left suddenly.
Can I touch one of the bowls? Is it still warm?
Go ahead. Yeah, you move up the bowls right here.
Yep, I touch it.
There you go. The bowl is lukewarm. It's from an hour ago or something.
And Reed, totally not interested in food right now, even though he hasn't eaten in like a number of hours greater than lots. He moves over here in this direction and kind of looks over here and goes, "Hey, as useful as leftovers are, there's daylight. Daylight sounds good."
Hest comes over and says, "These are still warm."
All right, everybody stand still for a sec. Reed, you look down the hallway. You see it's lit. There's some torches. There's a bench, and on the opposite side of the bench is a tapestry. You can't see exactly what it is. And down near the end, it sort of hooks to the west, and it continues that way. You can't really see past that.
So Hess probably already saw this, but Reed turns to Lily, who presumably he can see, even though he's terrible at seeing things that are sneaking. And, maybe we should get the others. It sounds like this place is inhabited, and there are lit torches.
I just mime, shut up. Stop talking. And then I, tell them to move back closer to, where we came in, and I'm gonna go down, 5 feet and do a perception check and hope not to die.
Hesta's gonna move back to the entrance and wave people through.
I sort of just buzz myself through. I'm gonna sit down on one of the chairs.
After you, little man.
As Reed pulls back, he goes, "Wait! I hear something."
Lily, from your position, you see a little bit of angle on the tapestry. It seems to have some figures on it. You're not close enough to see exactly
Evil with dark vision.
what it is, but you hear a low chanting coming from further down the hallway.
Even with dark vision, I can't see it?
No, it's not a matter of the light.
Oh,
it's
okay.
the angle. You're not able to see it sort of at a different angle.
I just mime to the party, be quiet, and go stealth if you can.
You just mime to the bard to be quiet.
Okay, hold on. The big paladin in chainmail is going to try that whole stealth thing.
Ooh, hey, you want a cleric? Scale mail? I'll go along too.
Yeah, so the big paladin starts Scooby-Dooing his way in this direction.
Plank goes the paladin.
Facepalm. That's just.
I wish I could cast Mage Hand so I could physically facepalm.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Oh boy.
So Reed, naturally thinking that he's sneaking.
So is the whole party sneaking? Is just a few people going ahead, or what?
Oh.
What are you guys doing right now? Let's sort of take a recap. What are you guys doing?
I say the sneaky people go forward.
I would like to.
How much did you roll? Yeah,
What was
I'm gonna go sneaky. I did
like
my
me.
stealth check.
Elessar. Anyone else?
I will
I'm
not
not
be
going.
sneaking, but I would like to roll an investigation to see if there's any alcohol in this room.
Okay, go ahead.
Hest is gonna sort of keep cover.
All right, Poppy does not find alcohol.
You are not sure what is in the cups.
And naturally,
Alright.
that is what you see Rede doing.
How about me and Elessar go forward, and we'll come get you if things happen.
I make it quick.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay.
I'm a little bit concerned about this plan.
No. We'll just shoot an arrow towards you guys if bad things happen.
Look, have we not made it clear how bad my luck is? I don't wish to be shot by friendlies. How about I just come with you?
Go
I'm like,
ahead, check it out. Come back, report.
Yeah. Real quick. Hope not to die.
we'll be quick. we'll be quick.
Okay.
They're going to die. They're going to die. All right, just leave them alone.
I'm gonna
We'll be
stop
quick.
in front of the tapestry.
Okay. What you see is depiction of 6 hooded figures surrounding a struggling elf, and they are eviscerating it as it's tied down. They each have weird shaped tools, and they are cutting different parts of the body. Go ahead,
Well,
roll
that's
a
what I'm
religion
gonna-
check.
Well, I'm gonna see that, and being half elf, I'm gonna be like, bye.
I wouldn't classify that as a good sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
You recognize this depiction of the elf as originating from the elf homeland of Aesilith. The elf homeland of Aesilith was poisoned and taken over by forces of chaos, and this seems to be depicting something from that era. You're not entirely sure what, but you know that it's from that time, and yeah.
Well, that's when I'm gonna go back. And be like, nope. And I'm just gonna whisper, if I can, and be like, we might die.
And so Reed's
Did
just
you
going
see
to
where
look
the
at you
voices are coming
with
from?
raised eyebrows and go, "Did you see a lot from 10 feet up?"
And I'm just gonna be like, we might die. Just a warning.
Okay, so how about I go forward, and you can be behind me if we're gonna die, because I can at least protect you.
Right.
Okay,
Did you guys
hang on,
find where
hang
the
on.
voices are coming from?
I'm gonna motion to the rest of the party. I'll be like,
Alright. Motion.
I'm gonna be like, no, actually, I'm just gonna turn into a cat.
Everybody, watch this. Turns
A
to a
cat.
cat.
A cat. Not a tiger, not a puma, a
I want
cat.
to point this out. There is
Shut up! It's good at stealth.
There's a torch over here. There's a torch that's lit. Did we light that?
No, and I commented on that about 10 minutes ago while you were playing songs. Thank you for joining us.
Is that a? Am I a cat now? I'm a tiny little cat.
Do you have a shape
Previous
change?
snake.
When does your
Yeah.
shape change recharge?
We did a short rest.
Does it do it at short rest? Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
You're a cat. Boom. You're a cat.
Didn't
I'm a
Lily
cat.
hear voices coming from down the hall?
How
Yeah.
good is
Do
you
you-
now?
Lily and Reed.
Does this
heard
mean I have
those.
to reach? Do that? Do I redo my stealth check with
Yeah.
advantage because I'm a cat?
Yeah. Let me find an appropriate little tag for you, so I remember that you're a cat.
I'm a cat.
Appropriate
Um,
tag.
Hey guys, I have 2 hit points.
I'm sorry?
You have what is a cat?
Yes.
Don't die.
Okay. And you're a tiny beast, so go ahead and
What is
No.
tiny doing?
you're 2.5 by 2.5.
Well, not
You
like
can-
I
you
mean,
can
does
move-
it give you me advantage on stealth or
You
like
can occupy the same space as an enemy.
that's it?
Yeah, it might give you an AC bonus, but that might be Pathfinder.
I don't get a stealth bonus.
You get the bonus that
No.
the cat gives you.
The cat has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
All right, who
Okay.
here is going to be a
Stealth
tank
plus
for
4.
this?
Look, so Reed just looks
Not
at the
me,
cat and just goes,
obviously.
"Okay, so our druid just turned into a cat. I'm just gonna go up to that corner, and And Reed kind of follows the cat to about, let's say, here.
What do I do? Do I see anything down there?
Yes, hold on. I'm looking up the tiny size.
I'm gonna follow.
2.5.
Like,
Hold on. Everybody just pause for a second. Hold on. Yeah, tiny 2.5 by 2.5.
Hang on. Do cats live in dungeons?
I've never heard of a cat living in a dungeon.
Well, how's that any more unnatural than like in a skyscraper or a barn? Like it's just wherever they're taken.
You don't
Yeah,
get any benefit from being tiny or being a cat. You just get what the cat has.
I rolled a crit 25 anyway.
At what point
Okay.
does a cat
And,
live by itself in a dungeon?
So,
All right, so
Good.
you guys, Reed sort of peeks around that corner as stealthily as he can. This hallway stretches onward. It's a longer hallway lit by torches at spaced intervals. It seems to open at the end into a larger room. You're not sure what's in there. In the hallway, there's a junction to the north, and the hall has 3 benches that also seem to be opposite tapestries. The far room, you see. I don't know actually if you guys can see that far.
I can only see like directly
If I
at
move-
an angle from where I am.
If I move down here, I pretty much can.
I guess it's well lit, so there's no reason for you guys not to see it. Yeah, that's strange. I wonder how that. Anyways,
Yeah, I think it's just giving me a straight line of sight.
yeah. You see down in the middle of the large room, there seems to be
I
a
do
statue
see-
facing
I
to the
do
north.
see.
You do see
I
it?
do see a contact. I can see something there, like a person.
Okay. You see some pews in this large room, and Elessar, you see someone sitting in the pew facing forward. That seems to be where this low chanting that now everybody can sort of hear.
Would I be able to do like a knowledge religion or anything to maybe recognize? Or do I have to get closer?
What languages do you know?
Languages, hang on, let me check.
Can I actually use this opportunity to cast a spell?
Sure,
I
you're out of
know
contact.
Common, Elvish, Draconic, Abyssal, and Druidic.
Okay. Go ahead, roll religion at advantage.
Alright, so for the spell.
And Reed actually glances back at that tapestry and looks kind of.
Oh, that's a 10.
Zixo, if you the height of the hallway is about 15 feet up. So if you wanted to pull it down, it would make noise, and rolling it up, it would be about 8 feet long. So you might have to fold it up or something if you wanted to roll it, which could damage it and damage the value of it if you're looking to sell it or keep it or whatever.
So
Okay.
Hest, you have to choose which ones you're casting.
do I
I was
recognize
just waiting
something?
for the exposition.
All right,
and stuff.
hold on, Hest. I think you were going to cast something.
Aid.
Okay, who are you going to
I
cast it?
cast it myself. Reed and who else is tanking this?
Cleric,
Adrik.
buddy? Yeah.
The clerics all get it.
All right.
Slash Reed.
You're all right, lass.
And Reed? Okay, so the big heavy hitters. Okay,
I have to
and
just-
then Lily, were you going to do something?
So you guys need to get 5.
Did you
I'm
cast that at level 1
Okay.
or level 2, by the way?
That's a level 2.
Level 2? All right.
Okay, so plus
Okay.
10 then. Okay.
And Elessar, what were you going to do?
Or level 2, sorry.
No. You just
I'm
get
gonna-
Oh,
plus
your
5.
religion
I'm
check.
gonna-
This is a
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
5.
You can understand about every 4th or 5th word. You know that it's abyssal, and you hear a couple repeated references to Gore Hall.
Do my character know who that is?
No.
He's a sage that's studied like a long time, which is why he knows so much languages. Okay, I'm gonna-
Yes, you can know that. That's fine. Gore Hall is one of the evil deities, Lord of Undeath, Corruption, and Death.
All right, I'm gonna take advantage of my small size. I'm gonna like hold up my paw to the rest of the party and be like, "Stay there."
Reed's gonna roll his eyes and then just keep looking down that hall.
Would I be hidden if I hide behind these benches? Well, I got 25 on stealth and it was a crit. I'm
Yeah,
assuming